Um, I'm reading out loud from this book, Him, about, written by Jenny Funkmeyer, myself, about I have failed over and over and over at love. I want a man. I want a man I love with all of my heart, and I want him to love me back with all of his heart too. And I want to work with him. I want it all. The true soulmate, twin flame, lover, creative partner. I want him. And it's about me finding Otis Funkmeyer and how I fell in love with him in this book. It's really romantic and happy book. I'm encouraged by two comments to read out loud from books because I love reading out loud from books. One is from Otis. Thank you so much for your encouragement all these years, and thank you. And the other one is from Clementine. And Clementine said, oh, I'm so inspired that you read Seth. Yesterday I read Seth. And I was too shy to read my own book. I've never read my own book like this on YouTube. This is the first time. And Clementine said, I always just read my own poetry. I said, Clementine, you are inspiring me to read my own stuff. So here I am. Okay, here I go. This is from the book Him, and it's the second chapter, Little Tokyo, the first time ever I saw your face. It's the second time I met Otis, and of course, the title refers to a song, and in my song is the one version sang by Roberta Flack that goes, first time ever I saw your face. Roberta Flack sings it so slow, it's like, oh my God, this is so slow, but that's what's good about it. It's slower than any version I've heard, but that's what's good about it. It's so, you can feel the love when she sings it. So here I go from the book Him, written by Jenny Funkmeyer. Chapter 2, Little Tokyo. First time ever I saw your face. I look over at my new lover. His beautiful features shines with youthful energy. Seen through my eyes, he radiates light. We are in my car, heading slowly east on the packed Christopher Columbus 10 freeway. Sitting next to him, my heart flutters gently. He has one hand on the steering wheels and the other rests gently on the clutch. Through the window, the other cars are blurred in an entirely different reality. It's just the second time I've ever seen Otis since our first kiss. He kissed me on the first time we met, and this is the second time. Without lifting a finger, he has already changed my life. The act of falling in love has swept away my guilt, sadness, and frustration. Longing to see him again. I just came out of like a slump for 5 years. My last relationship ended in a really terrible, awful way. I wrote about it in my book. Oops, where's my book? Excuse me, I'm getting my book right here. Here's my book. Here's my books. Here's my books about myself. It's Magnum Opus Book 1. It's where I wrote about that huge fuck up in my life. I hit rock bottom, and then I met Otis. He's my savior angel. So, longing to see him again, I cleverly use a video shoot as an opportunity to get him back to me. I hired him as my camera assistant. He glances over at me with that puffed up look that men give to prepare for disappointment. I've got to warn you, I'm probably not the greatest help. I've never been a camera assistant. Chuckling to myself, I think, I knew that already, dummy. Men are so slow at these things. I just want to see you. Instead, I said to him, oh, it's fine. I just need someone to carry the stuff. Now that I can do. I'll carry all the stuff. A giant smile slowly spills out across my entire face. I hate carrying things, and all my life I wanted a man who would carry. At long last, the man to carry my bags has arrived. My heart leaps out of my chest, and a dull ache creeps up my spine, exploding into sheds of raw, wiggling energy. My head goes numb as a ring of thorn jabs my crown, tingling and hurts. Oh, hurts so good. I can't believe it. I'm experiencing the symptoms of puppy love. Once out of the congested metropolis, the road opens up. I love cruising on the open road. It feels like flying. I run my fingers ever so slowly up and down his arm, lightly, gently. I feel so goofy. I take his hand in mine, massaging slowly. That's when he, my new lover man, says the least romantic thing I've ever heard. I just want you to know that if you ever get sick and ugly, I'll leave you. Oh, you see? Otis is 26, and I'm 53. The massive age difference hangs over us as a glaring sign of potential trouble ahead. Apparently, he has given the idea some thought and is attempting to set ground rules. On the surface, this sounds very selfish on his part. I know from experience that there are bad times as well as good. He seems to want his cake and eat it too. Nonetheless, I say to him, you know what? It actually sounds great to me. I don't want to be around myself if I ever become ugly and sickly anyway. I'd rather be dead. It's true. It's true. I don't want to be ugly and sickly at all. I'd rather be dead. I think at the first sign of trouble, if my body is starting to go in some like crazy way, that's it. Bye, goodbye. There's not going to be any last minute effort to stay alive. No. But I don't even intend to die. I intend to live an everlasting life, so. He smiles and reaches out his hand and we shake. It's a deal. Actually, Otis has since said, even if I'm old and ugly, he'll stay around me. Thank you so much for saying that. It makes me feel really good, but I don't need it. I hope I would never need it because I don't want it. I don't want to be sick and ugly. No, never. It strikes me how strange it is that he's thinking so long term about our relationship. He's already counting out many years together. In a certain way, I'm impressed by this man. I'm also full of confidence in my own ability to stay young and beautiful. 3 failed relationships behind me. I really would rather be dead than fail again. I'm determined to make it work this time. We fill the rest of the drive with sweet nothings. The 2-hour drive goes by in a flash. At the job, I'm in my element. I am the seasoned filmmaker setting up lights, cameras, tripods, and Otis proves to be an eager assistant. Chattering happily, he asks questions and I have the answer. I've been a filmmaker for 25 years. We were a smooth team. The client, an old fox who I've worked with for many years, know exactly what's going on. He says to Otis, elbows him, stick with this lady. You'll learn a lot from her. My client put in a good word for me. Thank you. It takes a while to set up the first shot, and finally we're ready to shoot. You know, it takes a long time to set up the first shot. It's usually the first shot is the hardest. Talent on set, client ready. I'm about to yell action when the camera goes dead. I have committed the cardinal sin of the professional videographer. I had not charged up the batteries the night before. Oh, no good. I am forced to stop the shoot and run around town in a mad dash to find new batteries. The client is naturally disturbed as production dollars start flushing down the drain for each minute I'm gone. Fortunately, I found the battery. Major disaster is averted, but it caused a change in my mood for the worse. On the drive back, I cannot help but stop thinking about think about what happened. For 20 years, I pride myself on being a pro. I've had many hairy moments. Lights blew up on set, talent falls into the river, but a careless mistake like this, never. I'm acting like a stupid floozy. Poor Otis, he has no idea any of this is going on in my head. Not only have I stopped holding his hand, I sit there sulking as dark clouds gathered and my mind rages. I descend into depression. For the remainder of the drive, I'm cold and professional. On the way home, we're both hungry. So we stopped in Little Tokyo to eat. When I get depressed, I drink. I order myself a sake and Otis a beer. I finish my sake in no time and I feel better. I order another and I feel downright good now. I'm confident that he is my trouble. I just need to get rid of him. Before I know it, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs at Otis. Red face, foaming at the mouth, calling him names. I have only one thought in my mind. Stop this stupid romance before I become a laughing stock. There's a black witch inside me, and the black witch spews mighty fire forth from her mouth like a dragon. Right in front of me, my young lover burst into a fireball. With a loud, angry voice, I yelled, "This is over! Get the hell away from me!" Otis yelled back, "What is wrong with you? You've gone crazy." We yelled at each other louder and louder. People in the restaurant turn to look at us. The heat gets so intense, Otis stands up and leaves. I sit alone, me and my black witch. I polish off the rest of the sake, feeling numb and tipsy. The black witch says, "I like it better this way." She picks up Otis' half-finished beer. "Better not to waste it." And I start drinking the beer, his beer too. There's a loud crack as the chair next to me gets pulled aside. Otis grabs my arms and shakes me. He has stormed back into the restaurant and stands there before me. There he is, charred and burned, black and blue, yet standing tall, ready to slay the dragon. He stares down at the black witch and proclaims, "I won't leave. I'm going home with you, and I won't take no for an answer." I look up at him. It is at this moment that for the first time I truly see his face. I see the sun in his eyes, a chance to leave my darkness behind. I see the moon and the stars on his lips, shining a light through the window of dark, stormy nights. The black witch's jaw drops. In an instant, she's defeated and disappears like a fog in the morning sun. "Okay then, let's go home." He nods. He silently gathers up the camera bags, tripods and sound gear, somehow lumping everything onto himself. He won't let me carry a thing. Him is available on Amazon, published by Funkmeyer Bookies, which is a partnership, copyright 2015 by Funkmeyer Industry. Me and Otis are partners in our company, publishing my book. He also edited this book. Thank you, Otis.